Hi, I'm Victoria.
I'm Grace.
And we're
Colors of Cannabis.
And today was a little harder than usual to get that out.
Because tonight is the finale of our first season.
I loved that. I need you all to know. Can I catch that, please?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, so for those of you, for those of you that are just listening, hold on before you shoot. For those of you just listening in, Victoria is now holding what Colin behind the scenes was holding and splashed at the screen. We got a cock and balls. We got a hot pink cock and balls, and now she's going to not directly at the screen because it does, I don't know,
shoot
maybe
her
straight
load.
up. And so Victoria just, little penises came out of it.
I love it. It's raining.
So
dicks.
little rainbow. No, okay, all right. Take the gun away.
I like it.
Okay.
That was the best present ever.
Victoria doesn't have to clean set after this. That's why
true.
she likes it. I'm going to be picking up little confetti penises from my apartment
I've got
for
dicks
weeks.
in my hair.
Oh, and the dicks go so well with your sweater.
They do. I love it.
She has this really beautiful pink top on, and I gotta say the penises are really pretty vibrant colors. I love how I'm making it worse by throwing it in all directions.
Every part of me wants to shoot the gun again.
No,
Every
there's
part
only a
of
couple
me.
more rounds. Let's save it for the end.
Every part of me wants to do it again.
We'll have to load it is what'll happen.
Oh my
We'll have
God.
to reload. So anyways, guys.
Holy hell.
This is our show. That's all.
That was it. That was the season finale.
You know, we wanted to end with a bang. Oh, and look. Okay. Little pellets, like little squishy foam yellow pellets, flew out everywhere. I'm going to be fighting those two. I see them. So we've
Holy
done
crap.
3 rounds. There's only like 2 more. And it's in the weed. Oh, just went in the grinder. For those of you at home just listening in, I threw it. It swooshed into the grinder.
So Grace and I did a few things that I think were kind of relevant to this episode. So we started our very first episode with
Coming
shots.
out of the grow.
Yeah, with shots. We did shots our first episode because we were nervous.
Yeah.
We might have done shots tonight to celebrate.
Did we? Well, you know what? That's cool. It looped back around. I feel like we started with shots, but it was a celebration because we're going to take a little break, guys. We got to take a break. And then we'll be back 420.
Yeah, Grace and I are really excited for season 2. We wanted to make this episode a reflection episode because we've learned so much since we started this whole venture.
Don't do shots before the podcast.
Yeah, that tradition stopped like after episode 2 because we're not drinkers.
Yeah, and I actually for those of you guys that have been tuning in since the beginning, I couldn't hang. That's like the best way to put it.
Yeah.
Like I literally had friends give feedback and say, yo, like you were all over the place. Like Victoria was so on point. And then at the end, if you really pay attention, I'm like half falling asleep. It was a nightmare. What are you smoking on? I gotta ask. Well, I'll wait till she's done dying.
Brought it back full circle again.
Yes.
Was it the first or the second? It's not Munana, but it is Fig Farms, which is quickly become a staple in my household for brands that I will buy. So when I saw them, where did I get this 8th from? I can't even remember what store I bought it from. But I was at Bear Dispensary.
Oh, love it. What up, Jules?
When I was at Bear Dispensary and I saw it, I had to get it because we have to smoke Fig Farms on our last episode. It's been a favorite for us.
Dude, I'll be real. I'm going to manifest it. Fig Farms. We love you. Like, we are straight up weed snobs.
Yep.
Y'all have the best stuff on the market right now. That is no lie. I speak
Agreed.
for the both of us. The best stuff on the market. And I'm manifesting for the future. Y'all want to sponsor us?
That would be amazing. But I will say, I did introduce your Munana to probably like 6-7 people because it is quite literally one of my favorite strains in the world right now.
Dude, no way.
I can't remember what the cross is.
You guys are awesome. And it's like, for any other brands out there, if you use flower in your pre-rolls and your anything, hit them up. Do a collaboration. Those guys are doing it right. And don't be afraid of that stuff, guys. Share.
Bet they're sold out because this is amazing. Like
I'm all trying to sell Fig Farms flower. They were like, we got this.
If you're looking for a sales rep.
Yeah. Hey, Fig Farms, what up?
Just kidding. I have a job.
I know. Nobody's paying us to say this. We joke.
Right,
We just, you know what? We talk about brands we like.
And we're so passionate about the brands that we like, that you can tell when it's genuine. And I think that's something else that we've learned as we've come through this season is we at first were like hesitant to say brand names. And then now as we've gotten, we're like, nah, let's just say it. I bought it with my money. I feel this.
Yeah.
We've gotten way more open and honest.
I think we didn't know how it would be. It's
because
tough.
We're in the industry and we work with all these people, right?
I was going to say we're friends with a lot of different brands and stuff. And so it became like I don't want to say this person and forget this person. Yeah. But finally we decided, screw it. If we like something, we're going to mention it. Yep. I mean, that's just keeping it real. Yeah. Keeping it as authentic as we can. Nobody so far has paid us to say any of this. We've had actually brands approach us. Yeah. And we got a little unlucky. We had our first sponsor. They reached out. We were so excited. And then if you guys remember the episode where we talked about that huge hit where a ton of companies lost their license, they were just one of them that fell into that. Yeah. And that is real, guys. Like, that's the behind the scenes. In fact, I think we're really going to push on our next season to like dive more into that, really be more thoughtful about what we talk about. Yeah. And then please, we say it and we say it. We literally care what you guys think. Actually, truly care. We're creating content for you.
We started wearing shoes.
Yes.
For you. I can't do that.
Hey, oh, her shoes look cute.
I know.
Okay, so we just lifted our legs up for those of you just listening in and shook them around because we had a couple different viewers mention that we don't wear shoes. I thought we casual, we're chilling, but no, they don't want to see it. No shoes.
Yeah, they're not down for our feet.
Yeah, they said it was too casual almost. And there is a time and a place. That just wasn't it, I guess.
No.
On that note, though, because it was on my list, and I know we said 3, but I wrote way more than 3. Munana was on my list. Yeah, of things reflecting back because it's not often that a brand or just flower really gets you, really just like knocks you off your feet. And so I particularly want to reflect back on that episode because I remember the moment where I literally sang to it, and we'll cut to that clip.
No, shout out to Fig Farms and the Munana.
Oh, man. Munana. I'm gonna sing about it.
It was amazing.
Embarrassing to look back on, but there I am laughing, singing along, Munana, and that never stopped. Like, that song has stuck with me ever since. Like, and actually, on that same note, every so often weed makes us sing. And another funny episode on singing, I thought about the episode where I don't know if you guys remember this stuff, but we sang Lost Boy or like, oh my God, because we high cry to it. We all high cry. You do too.
Yeah, we all high cry to Lost Boy. But how about the other day though, when I just because we're talking about singing, this is not related to the show at all. Grace tried to rap.
Oh no!
Grace tried to rap.
That wasn't even on the show. She's just outing me now.
No, Great. It was hilarious because we were at a grow and she was feeling gangster and she was like, "I'm a rap gangster's paradise," and then couldn't remember any of the words.
Time out. I remembered most of them. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Because I've been, this is where I get stuck. I've been
laughing and blasting so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated like a punk, you know that's unheard of. You better watch how you're talking and where you're walking. Or you and your homies might be lined in chalk.
I really want to, right, and then I really wanted something, but I got a low.
I love it though.
All right.
I will say our singing has become something I think you and I enjoy doing together.
Yeah.
And I've enjoyed getting to know you this last season. We have way more fun. Yeah, we have way more fun together than I thought we would when I first met you.
Wow.
Well, I thought it was a business relationship when I first met you.
That's true. That's true.
And we've just developed so far from them. And I think the podcast has really like highlighted that.
Oh.
What's another favorite moment from one of
I was going to jump the gun on something else. But, man, when I look over it, I think about moments I didn't think we'd have. Yeah. Very intimate moments.
I will say one of my favorite moments was our almost fight.
Oh. Man, that was second or third episode in, maybe?
I think it was third or fourth. I can't remember. Yeah, we'll put the reference there. But we were talking about body image and self-esteem and self-compassion. And we had a moment and everybody was like, oh my God, it was so uncomfortable to watch. But it was one of the best moments I feel like we've had in the whole season. We were so real.
Yeah. And it was, I think the first time we ever had, it was definitely the first time we ever faced something like that because it was really raw and like we're shooting. And for the most part, we really don't edit much out. Like small things we'll edit out or if someone, alarm goes off or something. But for the most part, we don't. Like we don't edit Victoria's coughing.
At all.
I was like waiting for it on cue. It didn't happen. I'm like, of course.
It's because the first hit was way better. It was the second half of the bowl.
I thought it would be really great and cough into the mic. I was like, really? You're not going to cough this time? Man, that is a good one. That day was really tough. I think it wasn't something I wanted to talk about on air because it was so uncomfortable.
Right.
I think that's what made it so good. And for those of you watching, I keep looking down because there are little shiny penises all over me from the penis confetti gun. That's dope. I'm excited.
The dick abounds currently.
We should shop vaginas, but perfect world.
It seems more appropriate that it's a dick, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I guess so, because it's shooting out. Yeah. Actually, women squirt. God, I'm sorry, Mom.
Anyways.
But yeah, that was, in fact, there was definitely a tense moment.
Oh my gosh, really tense.
Oh, I was pretending to do a clip. I'm afraid of you guys sometimes. I'm so goddamn afraid of being canceled, of saying the wrong thing and offending someone that sometimes when we're on this podcast, I don't feel like I can say what I really want. I'm so serious. And I'm so afraid.
I 100% agree with you,
and I just made that conversation, which was such a beautiful moment between us, by the way, guys. I got so uncomfortable right now that I my uncomfortability made myself look worse than how that actually went down. But you know what? That actually segues right into one of mine as well. That same episode, before, it was weird. It was I felt really uncomfortable. I felt really put on the spot. I didn't know how to look people in the face and explain myself. And I could tell I was over explaining and making it worse. And then I had a kind of defining moment where I literally just kind of stopped, looked at the screen, and was like, dude, I'm scared of y'all. I definitely have moments where it's there's so much fear in today's climate to speak your truth because you're afraid of being, that person's shaming this person, or you're canceled now. You said something incorrectly. And I thought, holy crap, I do not want to be.
Grace was like, the industry's about to cancel me.
And I could just see it from every direction. She's body shaming. It's holy crap. That's not what the story is.
No, whereas we had a really good, honest, open conversation and learned things about each other and just how we view things and how the world looks at things. And it's okay to have conversations. It's okay to ask questions about things. It is not okay to judge people or be rude or be a dick, like purposely to hurt people.
Yeah.
But it is okay to have conversations and not understand and want to know more and ask questions. And people shouldn't get canceled for not understanding and wanting to have conversations about these things, to have a better understanding of other people's viewpoints.
So there is almost fear around that nowadays. I think it's almost become like people are almost afraid to ask because they're afraid it shows their own ignorance and it's like, don't be afraid. And so if someone does ask you, let's say it's something about your race, gender, whatever. I mean, obviously if it's a stranger asking you on the street, yeah, tell them to fuck off. But if it's a friend or a loved one and they're coming at you and they want to understand, then I kind of just urge you to also have the patience to say, hey, this person genuinely wants to learn. Instead of like belittling them for their ignorance, how about rewarding them for asking, for like really taking the time to want to understand you better and anybody like you. So yeah, I think that was a really good one. That's why like it was funny because we were thinking of things and everything was kind of funny. And then you were like, think about what matters to you. And that was like a hard moment to just get so real. And it's scary, dude. I mean, we don't filter things, but we had a conversation today, her and I, just as friends before the show, and we kind of laughed that you guys are never going to hear that conversation.
Yeah.
And it's we'll get there someday, but it takes time. Like we are like growing and learning with you guys and learning what we can say and what's okay.
Right.
Also for the people we love, because I know
they don't want their lives shared.
Yeah.
In entirety. And so there's things we have to keep private. But we're finding ways to be more open and honest about certain aspects of our life.
You know, I wasn't going to say this, but this show, neither of them's listening. This show forced me to talk to two men in my life men in my life and be more honest with them about the situation with both of them. And to be fair, I was never lying to either of them. There never needed to be a conversation. And then it finally got to where, okay, now there has to be a conversation. Yeah. And guys, it takes strength, let me tell you. But what I really came out of that is when you're honest, when you really say things you don't think you can say, like, hey, guess what? I like you both. I started dating you both, and I like you both. And if you'll still have me, I'd like to continue dating you both. And I don't want to give that up.
She might have gotten that from it. What I got from it is that she's a boss-ass bitch who can get two men to agree to be like, yeah, this is cool.
I mean, it's not so cut and dry. One is obviously like on a more serious level and
for sure.
And then one is comfortable and casual and fun, and I want to see him succeed in life. Yeah. And you know, and I know that
is that like a sugar mom? Like not like you're paying, but like definitely an older. I mean, believe me, I get that older.
I'm gonna go there. I'm 37.
Yeah.
One of them is 23.
Yeah.
And the other is 42.
Get it? She's not a.
He's
Kuma.
a hot 42-year-old.
She is not a cougar. She is a puma. A puma is a cougar in training. So we've got Grace, the good old puma, over here.
I'm so happy with this
killing
situation.
It, as you should be. Why? Tell me, in what world would you not be happy with the situation where you have a hot 23-year-old and then a more serious aspect of your life serving your emotional needs? Like that is the ideal situation.
To be fair, they're both hot. I mean, the 42-year-old he's ripped.
It's great. Different hots.
But, right. They're yeah. Oh, it's awesome.
Different hots.
But the point is,
because I mean, if I were 37 and hitting it with a 23-year-old, I mean, that's just hot in and of itself. Like, dude,
shit got real on this finale.
Like, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna back it up.
One of them might listen to this one. The other one probably won't. So that'll be interesting. But no, I seriously like them both, and it's so awesome. But the point is, dude, it was the first time in my whole life where I literally said, "This is what I want. I'm gonna be honest about it. I'm going to put it out there. And you know what? When you respect people and you tell them the truth, people surprise you. They really do. And look, it's not always going to work out that way. Ladies, don't go out there and tell all your side pieces and hope that it's going to work out. This was a different situation, but it just worked out where these two gentlemen are really mature and willing to In this case, share.
Oh.
Anyways, so on that note, one
on.
time Victoria's nipple came out. Let's just go straight there. Guys, that was our most viewed episode. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
There's different most views, but on Spotify, no, YouTube.
Yep.
On YouTube, that within a day literally skyrocketed to like best episode.
Do you think it was because of my nipple or because the nipple was in the title? I'd like to be conceited and think it's because of my nipple because y'all wanted to see my nipple that bad.
Although the Hazy team did a really great job of blurring that out. For those of you that saw that, the Hazy team, it wasn't like, oh, we're just going to blur this one area. No, they had to ping pong the blur ball.
Because
it was
the
straight
nipple
ping
moves.
pong. The nipple moves. Yes, it does. Thank you for sharing anatomy with us. Science with Victoria every episode. The nipple, it moves. For those of you who can't visually see this.
So the blur had to follow the nipple.
The blur did follow the nipple. Do you know we were going to smoke the Fig Farms before the show? And I literally said no.
Yeah.
I said no. Do you remember?
Do you know what? This is a good one because it's either this making me laugh or it's the alcohol. I'm not entirely sure.
Crossfaded.
Animal
that
mints.
was another episode that was fun.
That was
I
fun.
shared a little about my partner on that one getting crossfaded. He actually watched that one. He didn't mind though. I was respectful. It happens.
It happens.
Yeah. Wait, I want to see.
Animal mints.
Animal Mints BX1.
Wedding cake and animal mints, which looks like, one of my favorite crosses I've had recently.
That's awesome. That's really funny because the weed on the platter is also wedding cake. It's just not a mix. It's straight. So yeah, that was my other one, blur nipple. And while she's coughing, why not? Fuck it. Here's a clip of that in case you forgot what the ping pong looked like. Moving on the table, what do we got?
So, I am also going on a trip. You know, that nipple only came out because through the course of doing this show, I made some drastic life changes.
That's true. And we actually talked about some of them. We talked about it with our diet culture within cannabis episode where we discussed THCV. Yeah. And just kind of reminisced on some of the the fads, some of the things that aren't necessarily true. And just gimmicks to kind of look out for. We touched just lightly on if you guys remember, if it says hemp seed oil, hemp seed. The key word is seed in there. Guys, nothing's going on with the seed. Come on. There
are amino fatty acids in there. It's just maybe not the way that they're in the certain ways that they're putting it to consume.
Exactly.
Like a topical versus a edible. Now we're about to get way more than I wanted to be, but yeah, it's different, and we'll cross that bridge again in season 2 because I think one of the things we learned is you guys want to know what we know, or how we look at things, or how we interpret them when we hear things.
And then also, and this wasn't in my notes, but just reflecting back on the episodes, I think part of what I enjoy about this, and I know what you guys have kind of given us back in feedback, is that there are just such different perspectives.
Yeah,
a mother, husband, totally different world from single could fly to Japan tomorrow if I wanted to, where she'd have to be whoa, the kids and the husband, and who's gonna wait a minute. So it's
my
just
personal
different.
Training.
Yeah, right. And there's just so many aspects to it, and I think we kind of forget that sometimes that's gotta be cool. And this is what I love when we say colors of cannabis, the many different colors. A lot of our viewers out there are parents, and they're definitely not going to get that perspective from me. They're just not.
Yeah.
And so it's so awesome to have somebody. And then it kind of kicks ass to have somebody who's not just a mom and not just in the field, but has the science background to it. Somebody who's working first and foremost with the testing facilities, looking at the different genetic structures of the plant, on a daily basis. We went to the Clade Grow the other day and did a fun grow tour. And it was really awesome when the scientist was actually talking about some of the stuff, and not just the basic. He used a different word. What was it? He said, I can't wait till people get into
genetics.
No, but it was the breakdown. I don't remember the exact word he used.
I can't can't remember right now either.
It's not Munana, but it's the Fig Farms. I'm blaming it. But that grow tour, I think it really made me aware that, like, sure, I know the names of, like, the top, I'd say 7 or 8
strains.
No, I know all the strains. Oh man, whatever we just hit. I love dead air. That's great.
Right? Well, it's okay. You don't remember
the names. Terpenes.
And this is the show we're having.
This is literally why we don't drink before the show.
Actually, I do feel like I get a little bit more loose with my tongue probably when I have a shot
I can't hang, man.
Yeah,
I gotta do like mini shots or something. I just can't hang. Speaking of can't hang, Victoria once had quite the on-air moment. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember.
It was one of my favorite moments, only because I'm kind of known for this.
I didn't know that.
Yes, if you ask my husband, who I've been smoking with for 10 years, when I'm really fucking around and like
she just
smoking,
sprayed me.
I know, yeah, it's what I do. I'm wet. When I'm really fucking around at home and getting like high and I'm doing like bowl after bowl after bowl, there comes a certain point where there's just so much like spit in my mouth.
Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
That I sometimes get a little.
Well, you gotta explain, because for those of y'all just listening, they don't know what looks like.
Yeah, I might have made a gagging face. I
want to choke.
I'll choke on my spit. I'll choke on the smoke, and then I'll basically gag and feel like I'm going to throw up. I don't throw up. It maybe happened once, but I don't usually throw up.
But don't worry, guys, because we have a clip for that. You know how else you know you're high? When you start doing sound effects to your friend getting high. I think that, by the way,
I just sucked in water. I don't even want to talk about it. Oh my god.
Victoria did what is commonly known as sucking in instead of. What do you think of that clip?
Yeah, that was me. And so that time I happened to swallow some bong water.
Wow.
And that's what started that whole thing. But that is one of my favorite moments because that is pretty much classic me. That's like me unfiltered when I'm by myself. If you and I are chilling and we're smoking, like that's me. I cough up a lung and I feel like I'm going to die, but I get high.
That was a really interesting episode because we didn't even let you like end on that. I feel like after you came pretty close actually to throwing up on air, we actually from that point on, I made you get more high. I'm pretty sure that was the dab. Dude. Wasn't that the dab?
I can't remember if that was the dab or the bong, but like.
It wasn't the bong. The bong we did first.
Dude, I just remember being so high that episode. And I don't, like, I get high. I'm high all day. I really am. But like, for me to be that high and to be like on a camera, that's a whole new experience. That's not something I would have ever shared with anybody in the past.
I've actually never experienced you being that high before.
Yeah.
Like, never.
Because I have a really high tolerance.
It was interesting because usually, especially if you look at the first couple episodes, I got way too high. Like, I actually had to, like, kick back from that point on. And then on that episode, I could not believe it. Like, I had never, ever seen you that high. In fact, that's one of my favorite moments is at the end of all that. Was making you do the knives.
Oh my god!
And you kind of cheated.
I did.
I'm really not even gonna lie.
I did. I took like the smallest hit, like I barely took one because I knew at that point I was like, nah. If I really like hit this, I'm gonna throw up on camera, and I don't know how I'm gonna recover from that.
And it ruined
like emotionally. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why people don't smoke that way anymore. And also on that episode, you were so excited to smoke out of an apple. And I told you, I was like, dude, it's the stupidest thing to smoke out of an apple. Like,
well,
I spent all of my 15 and 16-year-old years doing that shit.
Well, it was interesting because so Victoria made the apple. I was very grateful for that. So she created the apple chillum, and then we packed it, and I was so excited. Like, that was legit my favorite thing. I couldn't wait to get to it. So I'm like, I'm going to hit it first. I light it. We're all excited. Victoria was excited that it worked.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, it worked.
Because
cool. Like, smoke came
for
out.
those of you that are smokers that know, you need the ballpoint pens that are hollow on the inside so that you can properly core the apple to create the right carb and all of that good stuff. She did not have that kind of pen available, so I used a stick.
Then halfway through the episode, I hand her a pen for something different, and she kind of looks at me like, where was this pen?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Where was this when I was making the apple chillum?
Because I would have broke your pen to make the apple perfect, because I could still make an apple pipe. Who smokes that way? I can go buy a piece now.
I just put a penis in your hair.
It's not the first.
Oh. Just out there listening in.
Hey, don't say his name.
Bleep. I love how I bleeped 10 seconds after saying his name. Like, that somehow auto-corrected my saying it in the past.
Right.
Oh my God. You know, that is a funny thing. We are very fortunate. Like, I learned yesterday of a platform called Twitch. I was on a live show. Wow, that's dangerous, because you suddenly have to be really accountable for the shit that comes out of your mouth. And as Victoria has learned a lot in the last couple weeks, a lot of shit comes out of my mouth. And I don't always think it through. And believe me when I say my heart's always in the right place. But, like, even today, like, stuff we probably will never talk about, we had another conversation. And, man, I just, like, put my foot in my mouth.
Okay, so, like, might call you on it, too. But don't get twisted. I say some shit, too, that I don't think about. And I say it, and then I get caught. And then, like, shit happens. Like, I got kicked out of a mommy group, like, a month ago because I said some shit. And if I'm being really real, I could have approached the situation better.
Wow.
In the mommy group.
Hey, that's huge.
I'm a passionate ass person.
You know, someone told me recently, they said, you're just passionate. You just don't half-ass it. You're a full ass girl.
Yep. Yep.
Victoria's out there full assing it for you guys.
Pretty much. Full assing it. And made an ass of herself in the mommy group.
Still amused by the little penises everywhere.
Oh, as I am. Okay, so we talked about some of our favorite moments. I have another favorite moment. That was a huge moment for me. I loved when Danny came.
She had a set of nails. I think there was like $100 bills in the nails. And I knew, like,
that sounds
okay,
right.
This girl's a boss. She's someone I need to get to know. So the feeling was mutual.
Oh, that was really cool. I was waiting for you to say that. I was almost even going to segue into it next.
Yeah.
Just because this is so weird, but we're talking about sexual things. And that I know, wow. I don't want she has so much more than that going on, but she's like the total package. Because she's
gorgeous.
Brains,
yes.
Beauty, and not just like, oh, okay, she's pretty and she's smart. No, she's like exceptionally smart.
Yeah.
And really hot. It's a rarity. I'm just saying. It's a rarity.
It is a rarity. And honestly, just easily one of my most favorite people in the world. So that was one of my favorite moments, is when Danny came, and just that entire episode was fun. And we figured out, like, there's some things that we need to do for guests in the future, and like that was a learning experience for us. And so I really enjoyed that.
That was
good.
It's interesting. That day was also very memorable for me. But, you know, when we talk about things we don't talk about, that day, yay, she's dropping penises on me. That day, when Danny was on, I was actually really not feeling well. I was very under the weather, and it was one of those moments where I knew that we couldn't
there's a look on my face and we'll never talk about it.
Yeah.
But that was a fucking horrible day for Grace.
It was just a really tough day. I wasn't feeling good, but it's like there were a lot of other factors. We have a guest who's taken time off her schedule, who's like coming.
Yeah.
We have our crew who's taken their time, who has to rent equipment, who had to rent extra equipment for our guest. So it wasn't just like, oh, sorry guys, can't come in today, you know? And it's like I had a moment, and I'm not trying to compare myself to Oprah, but I thought about Oprah because I thought about the fact that she doesn't have the luxury of going, yeah, I don't want to go out there today.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Sorry that you all waited months for your tickets. Sorry that you, like, used your vacation time and flew from Florida or wherever.
Right.
My point is, like, it was a huge moment because it was almost emotional. I didn't want to shoot, but then suddenly we have, like, this obligation to you guys, to our team. And so that was, like, so tough. And so it's tough because I hear you talk about that day. And it's like, damn, I was so excited for that day.
Yeah.
It was such a hot topic.
Yeah.
Only fans or the fans who follow you. You know? And it's like, dude, props to Danny. She took a hot seat. We did not make it easy. We brought up what's it like knowing if your colleagues or someone you're dating's friends have now seen you in a more intimate nature. How do you feel about, you know, with family and stuff? And she, took it with like just such grace and elegance and shared such intimate parts of her life. And shared,
really quickly. If you're not following Danny West Coast,
she's awesome.
You should. And her content in the last, like, since she did the podcast is fire.
Yeah.
Like,
it
beyond.
definitely, like, it got spicier. And I mean, I applaud her. It's more than that. I feel like, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like the human body is a work of art. And then there are just some people, and we all know it, it's just the truth. There are some people that are just in a different percentile. They've just genetically
gifted.
Yeah.
Blessed.
And she just is one of those people that is just naturally like, it's like I could work out every day my whole life and I'm not going to look like that. I'm never going to be that tall.
Or something. We've like
torso
5 minutes hyping this woman up.
We're also really high.
Holy hell.
We're also high. And you know what? It's Women's History Month. I know it's the end of the month, but it still is Women's History Month. And so fuck it. Like I want to continue to celebrate.
I'm down for
women.
hyping other women.
Yeah.
I think that's like what we're about.
Absolutely. I know, I mean, look, Colors of Cannabis, we want to be, you know, all inclusive. Like we want everybody to feel safe. I can't wait till we can get to a point and start bringing on guests and so many different colors to bring on. And when I say that, I mean it in the sense of just different varieties of people. I don't mean literally. I mean figuratively. Yeah. Like there's the people we get the chance to meet in the cannabis industry. Dude, I'm sorry. I'm going to say thank you to all the women who paved the way for us.
Thank you to all the women and men who support us. Thank you to everybody who supports us. And
I just meant because it's what we're doing. History Month.
Well, yeah.
I didn't mean to exclude you guys.
No, right? We don't mean to exclude you. We love women more.
Look,
I mean, they definitely.
We even have a penis gun and go for it. Shoot it one more time for the men who support us, all our allies.
But I think.
I love it. Penises.
But I think in general, the people that support us support women.
Yes. Oh, and on that note, we got someone out there. Oh, man. I just want to say thank you to one of our supporters. This guy, look, it's one thing to have friends and family who watch our show, which do y'all? Do ya? But it's one thing to have our friends and family watch the show. Thank you guys so much for the people that support us. But I met this guy once on a shoot a while back, and just such a cool dude, such a positive, awesome attitude. Just moved out here to Hollywood, trying to make it, as we all are, dude, as we all are. And I got to tell you, every week, Christopher Miller checks in, So if you don't know,
Christopher, we love you.
Mr. Chocolate Man, literally Mr. It's at Mr.chocolateman on IG. Dude, go show some love. Talk about a freaking supporter. Watches the show. Gives such kind feedback. Yeah. It's just every now and again you meet people and they're extra special. Yesterday on Stoner Rob's show, I mentioned that to Mr. Davenport who blows glass. And he said, oh, I usually like feminine pieces. And he noticed I picked out a really masculine piece. And I said, you know what? There's this dude. He's been supporting our show. He's like a faithful follower. Like, that's so cool. And he goes, oh, so it's for him? He goes, pick one out for yourself. Get one for him. So Mr. Davenport wants you to have this. Christopher Miller. Let me grab it. And Victoria, you want to talk about it while I show it to the screen?
It is a beautifully blown piece. It's a clear glass handle, and then where you have the bowl, you have a few little nice little pieces for to place your fingers, and there's a blue and teal blown swirl through the top, and then a little Mr. Davenport symbol on the top, and I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
It's actually a really, really nice, beautiful piece.
Yeah. So, Bud, that piece is for you. Let me know how we can connect with you, and we'll get you this piece.
We've got some other little goodies we're going to get your way, too.
We'll get you hooked up. Nice little bag.
I want to ask a question because there's another bag here. Is there anything else in there?
We're getting to that. I want to save that for the end. So I really want to know if there's anything else, any memories. I did have one other memory that could definitely segue.
Well, and
this.
that's why I was curious.
So my final memory, and I'll just keep this near, but it's for after. But my final memory is actually, can we have the gun too?
Oh yeah.
Is
am I gonna shoot it again?
Can I shoot one?
Yeah, shoot.
Because I'm going to shoot it for you. Don't worry. Victoria just literally inched away from me as soon as the cock gun entered my hands.
Anytime there's a gun near me, I know to move.
Let me just get one more thing up. You just want to talk to them.
Yeah, so more feedback is that we can't leave dead air. And I'm trying to get better about that, people. But look, I smoke.
I smoke. What do you want from me, people?
My mind gets on one track.
Like holding a gun. Okay, so I want to hand you these vagina gummies. Because I love it's Women's History Month. And I thought you should. Don't worry, I'm not going to shoot you. I thought you should have some. But because it made me think of something. We had an episode where we did have a candy cock ring. And Victoria learned just a little more about me.
That vagina gummy is so great, and you know I'm dieting, and I can't have this, and I can only have one vagina.
Oh, that is a good vagina gummy.
Shit.
House or Hollywood, they don't pay us to sell.
Wow.
Anywho, so it is Women's History Month, and I thought we always see penis things. We really do. So we got some vagina gummies.
I haven't had candy.
In honor of that, I apologize. But it's Women's History Month. And then, because I thought, dang, we had all these, like, a lot of male-centric gifts, if you think about it. And we don't often see things for the women. And we sit here and, we talked about, we wanted to highlight different women. So it is towards the end of the show. And wow, I forgot the cock ring. So I didn't know it was a candy cock ring. And I got very excited because Victoria had chosen a gift for her husband. And as I looked at it, I got excited. I picked up a bracelet, like a candy bracelet. And she just starts laughing. She's like, honey, that's a cock ring, but that's cute. And then I realized, you're going to eat the bracelet. I see what's happening here. My little brain exploded. I mean, what if you hurt anyways? So that got my brain thinking. And that's why I thought something a little safer, vagina gummies.
Yeah.
You don't have to attach them to anything. You just eat them straight away.
And they're amazing.
Wonderful. I'm glad you're enjoying.
They taste amazing.
And then how much time do we have from our studio audience? I yelled out. All 100 of them are yelling back. What did they say?
10 minutes left.
10 minutes left. Awesome. Perfect timing. Women's History Month. you know what? It really just is about celebrating women. That's it. I mean, when you really think about it, we don't celebrate women enough. Women, they give birth. I'm going to go there. Out of the vaginas. This is life. These are life gummies. So I wanted to celebrate a special life today. And Victoria, that's you. That's it. That was the only surprise, is that I realized when I thought about what woman I wanted to celebrate, it's you. For those of you guys that don't know it, and we talk about little things that have to do with each other. And I apologize, we're in Hollywood, and I think can we hear that?
I don't think I'm allowed to say what that's usually called, but there is a helicopter here in the hood.
Is it the helicopter in the hood? Okay, sorry, it threw me off. I was like, are we under attack? It got really serious. I don't know how much you guys could hear that. Anywho, but no, I wanted to celebrate Victoria. You guys, if you don't know her, get to know her at Clean Cannabis Victoria. It's above and beyond. I lately have had such a busy schedule, and I stop sometimes and I think of you, because I think you do this and have a husband and have 2 kids. And guys, like, seriously, give it up to women. Like, Victoria, I don't know how you do it. Like, it's straight up Superwoman. I asked her today, do you sleep? She said, I went to bed after 2 a.m. And I know she gets up early, because by 7 a.m., I'm like, I can't wait. I'm like a little kid. Like, hey, Victoria, I got things I want to tell you. Like, I usually try to give it like till 8, but I'm like anxious. And she'll feel that come from me sometimes. I don't know how she deals with me too. But you guys, celebrate the women in your lives. I'm trying not to cry right now. I don't know if I've ever cried on an episode, but I'm almost there now, because you're fucking awesome, dude.
Thank you.
She's a mother. She's an intelligent, like, oh my God, I don't even know what the term is. Executive.
I fucking love you.
Like,
stop it.
I don't know. Just, she's a badass.
You.
I'm serious, you guys. She's killing it out, like, out on the,
You're making me embarrassed.
She's killing it out on the field. She's killing it out behind the lab. She takes the time to learn about cannabis. She's not just like, oh, I love it and I get high. She's like, oh my God, I love this one because it has myrcene, and I love this one because it has, I can't say it, beta caryophyllene. And
you said it right.
Woo! And she's teaching me. And, you know, more than that, she still takes the time to take my calls when I'm crying and freaking out over doing taxes, or I don't know. So it's so lame. There's more vagina gummies.
I'm not taking those.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. They were so good though. Oh my fucking God.
I tried to find a wand, like a queen thing.
Yeah.
I said I needed something for a queen.
I love it.
It's a vagina pop.
I love it.
For Women's History Month and
Thank
for
you.
you. And I'll be totally real with you. There's a crown, and I just needed to blow it up, and I lost it today.
Oh.
I searched everywhere. Like, if you look in my closet, it's ripped apart, but somewhere there's a crown, and I'll have to crown her on another day.
I love this, though.
But guys, dude, celebrate the people in your lives, like, especially this month, and not just this month, because it's about to end. But don't forget about us. We're still a little underpaid.
We'll be back.
I love you. I love you too.
That was a good season.
Yeah. All right, guys. Till next time.